Alright guys, so here's what the situation is. I kind of made an oopsie. So what I did was on this mic, there's like an echo thing that you can turn up and down and stuff like that. I turned it up slightly because I thought, the voice is kind of raw and stuff like that. But, the whole video sounds like I'm in a freaking... Sounds like I'm in a tunnel, pretty much. So, if you could just try to look past that, that would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the video anyway. But yeah, I guess just get started and try to look past that. I'm very sorry. What is going on, everyone? I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope you had a great first half of your week. I hope you have a great second half of your week. This is probably going to go up on Wednesday. I'm recording this on Tuesday. But anyway, we have some great news. We have some big news coming out of Census Bureau today. This story is from USA Today. Texas will gain 2 congressional seats, 7 states to lose 1 seat, Census Bureau data shows. They do this because of population changes. Some states decrease population, some states increase population, and you have to adjust the amount of seats in the states for that. But this is huge for the Republican Party and politics as we know it. Politics in the future will be greatly affected by this. And I know this happens a lot, but 2022, the stuff Biden is going to try to be pushing through by 2022 is going to be immense. It's going to be something that you just simply have to block. So here we go. Texas will gain 2 more congressional seats and 7 states will lose a seat as a result of population shifts, according to the 2020 census. The Census Bureau said Monday in the release of its first round data from the survey taken last year. In total, 7 seats shifted, affecting 13 states. This is huge. 7 seats. The lead that the Democrats have in the House is very slim. Very slim. It's actually only 6, and 7 seats have just changed. This is huge. This is... I'm not saying I'm very happy because I'm not really a big fan of the Republican Party anymore, but not anything, but Republican Party over the Democrats any day, especially the stuff that they're trying to push now. And we'll get into the minimum wage later. And that's pretty much my main concern because it'll affect me the most. Now let's see here. I know it was like there was pretty much no competition. Yeah, so Colorado, Florida, Montana, North Carolina, and Oregon each gained 1 seat, in addition to Texas, California, Illinois, Michigan, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia each lost 1 seat. States that gained seats were mostly Republican-leaning, with Texas, Florida, Montana, and North Carolina each voting for former President Donald Trump in 2020 presidential election. North Carolina was one of the closer races with Trump defeating Joe Biden, but by less than 1.5%. Oregon and Colorado, meanwhile, were solidly blue states in the last election. States that lost were mostly Democratic, but consist of more close battleground states, which is true. But, they've been Democrat the past couple of years. California is obviously Democrat. Illinois is obviously Democrat. New York is obviously Democrat-leaning. Michigan and Pennsylvania, they are swing states, but I think Michigan voted Democrat in 2016 also. I could be wrong. So that might become a stronghold. I'm not sure because we have Whitmer, so that might change in a little bit. I don't know. But this is huge for the Republican Party and future politics as we know it. Because if we can somehow hold off this minimum wage until 2022, if we could somehow hold off some of these policies that he's trying to push through until 2022, man, that's going to be tough for him to push some of this stuff through. Now, speaking of the minimum wage, Biden has established a $15 an hour minimum wage for federal contract workers. What is a federal contract worker? A federal contract worker is someone who pretty much just works for the federal government, whether they sweep floors or do whatever, whether they sweep floors or they do construction on government sites. He has established a $15 an hour minimum wage for this. Now, this is very easy to do, to pay workers $15 an hour when you have an immense amount of taxes coming in. But what about average Joe that owns the warehouse down the road? Could he really pay a $15 an hour minimum wage? Like, I don't know if he's trying to push this narrative. I don't know if he's trying to push something with this, but it's really gonna backfire on him if he's trying to. Because simply you could just say, okay, well, sorry, but average Joe down the street doesn't have the resources that you do to pay the workers $15 an hour. So it's it could be a clown show if he tries to push this and say, oh well, we can pay our workers $15 an hour. Oh, okay, not everyone can. And I personally believe that if you can pay your workers a pretty high wage, you should be able to. But the government, or you should rather, but the government shouldn't come in and put its boot on you. The government shouldn't come in, put its boot on you, and say, look, you gotta pay this wage, or else you're probably gonna go out of business. That is not good. But when you have an immense amount of taxes coming in, and even more, that you could do this. You could do this easily. Let's. I think somewhere in this article he said something about. What was it? He said it would boost morale. I'm trying to find the exact quote, but he said it would boost morale for the workers. Oh yeah. Officials told reporters the change will help address income inequality. I'm not sure how, because I'm not sure many people work for the federal government, but okay. They said they do not expect the higher wage to raise costs for taxpayers because it will boost productivity and morale and reduce recruitment and training costs by higher turnover. Okay, well, if a higher wage in general would boost morale and productivity, every single employer in this country would pay their worker $100 an hour. I don't think this is necessarily true, because some people, they have the mindset, okay, well, I got the wage, I got the guaranteed wage, I might as well just slack off now. But that you can't do that. You cannot do. Once again, if every single employer had this mindset, if this logic, let's follow this logic trail to the extreme. Every person in this country would make $100 an hour. Because if the higher the wage, the higher the productivity, if the higher the morale, then we should just pay them $1,000 an hour. Why not? Why not? So once again, if they try to push this as a policy point, this will be very easy to come back from. It's just another narrative like, oh, well, if we do this, you can. Okay, yeah, you have an immense amount of taxes coming in. What you said about boosting morale isn't even true if you put it to the extreme. So yeah, I hope they don't try and push this, because it'll be very sad if they do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I might do a live later tonight. I'm not sure, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.